In December 2002, a young pregnant woman named Laci Peterson vanished without a trace from her home in Modesto, California. She was 27 years old, 8 months pregnant, and by all accounts, living a happy life with her husband, Scott Peterson. But her disappearance would soon become one of the most high-profile murder cases in American history, full of lies, betrayal, media frenzy, and a heartbreaking ending. Laci was born in 1975 and grew up in California. She married Scott Peterson in 1997. The couple seemed like the perfect match, charming, attractive, planning a bright future together. In late 2002, they were expecting their first child, a boy they planned to name Connor. On the morning of December 24, 2002, Christmas Eve, Scott said he left home to go fishing at the Berkeley Marina. When he returned later that day, Laci was gone. He assumed she had gone shopping or to her mother's house. But by that evening, when she still hadn't come back, her family panicked and called the police. A massive search began immediately. Hundreds of volunteers, dogs, helicopters, and police officers searched parks, rivers, neighborhoods, and even garbage dumps. The case quickly caught national attention, with Laci's smiling face on every news channel. At first, Scott acted like a grieving husband, but soon, police and the public began to notice strange behavior. He didn't seem emotional. He sold Laci's car and considered selling their house. He dyed his hair and grew a beard. Most shocking of all, it was revealed that Scott was having an affair with a woman named Amber Frey, who had no idea he was married. Amber came forward and told police that Scott had told her his wife was dead, weeks before Laci disappeared. She agreed to help the police by recording phone calls with Scott. These calls became critical evidence. As the investigation continued, the media exploded. Laci's case was everywhere. TV, newspapers, radio, tabloids. Everyone had an opinion. People were horrified that a man could kill his wife and unborn son. Scott was soon labeled a monster in the public eye. In April 2003, 4 months after Laci disappeared, the bodies of Laci and baby Connor were found washed ashore in the San Francisco Bay, not far from where Scott had been fishing on the day she vanished. The discovery devastated the nation. There was no longer any doubt. Laci and her baby had been murdered. Scott was arrested shortly after the bodies were found. Prosecutors argued that he killed Laci to escape the responsibilities of fatherhood and to be with his mistress. The trial lasted for months. Amber Frey testified. Phone calls were played. Forensic experts spoke. The jury was shown how Scott had researched boating, tides, and anchors, all before Laci disappeared. In 2004, Scott Peterson was found guilty of first-degree murder of Laci and second-degree murder of baby Connor. He was sentenced to death. The murder of Laci Peterson remains one of the most famous true crime cases in modern history. The case changed the way the media covers missing persons. It sparked debates about the death penalty. It led to new laws protecting unborn children in violent crimes known as the Laci and Connors Law. Scott Peterson remains in prison today, appealing his sentence. This case shocked people because it wasn't a story of stranger danger. It was a story of betrayal inside a marriage. A husband who smiled for the cameras but hid a deadly secret. It showed how appearances can lie and how justice can still be found even when it takes time. The murder of Laci Peterson stands as a chilling reminder of how quickly a perfect life can turn into a nightmare and why the world will never forget her name.